It's a beautiful day to be alive. It's a beautiful day to be with you. To live my life abundantly, to feel the love that just be me. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Before we have the reading of the Unity Nugget and the Daily Word, Maria is going to read the Nugget and Alia is going to read the Daily Word. We're going to light the first candle of our Advent wreath. What we'll be talking about today is faith. Traditionally, in many Advent wreaths, the first Sunday in Advent is hope. And for many years, Unity kind of switched that to faith. Because faith, I think, is a step beyond hope. But I'm interested and delighted to see that in the Advent booklet, which you'll get a free copy of today if you haven't already, and one to give away if you'd like, they're pairing hope and faith because they do work together. And I believe that faith is generative. It's generated by hope. Because when we hope for something, it leads us into the faith to believe it can come true. And a new thought, we certainly believe our thoughts are creating our reality. Debbie has a song about that. So we're going to light the Advent candle for faith. And as we light this candle, we honor the beginning of this Advent season, a way to look at life going forward, a way to think about the holidays as a spiritual experience in our wonderful spirit-filled bodies. I pre-lit this so it would light easily. My faith is that it's going to light. There you go, sweetie. And we will have the reading of the Nugget by Maria Bershra.
On this day of Advent, as I spend time in prayer and meditation, I open myself to my divine potential. I activate faith with assurance that everything is working for my greatest and highest good. And then I step out, knowing the journey to reveal my divine nature is fully supported.
Christ awareness is born in me. Hope is the window through which I glimpse the good that is yet to come in my life. Feelings of hopefulness kindle my zeal, imagination, love, and perhaps most important, my faith.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Can I get an amen? Amen. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get a so it is, so it be? Can I get an amen?
Talking about faith today, and hope, and wishes. From Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. It's a lovely one to dwell on, if you're going to dwell on something. There's so many other things in the world that you can dwell on that this is a little more powerful. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, so hope comes in there, the conviction of things not seen. And this week, as I've been reading different materials on faith, it's one of my favorite subjects, thought about wishes, thought about hope, thought about faith, which feels really powerful to me. But then, to go a level higher even, I thought about the knowing. Because knowing something, to me, is even stronger than faith. Faith is sort of an action to me. I'm going to believe in this. It's kind of a verby type of thing. Knowing. From the 2009 Unity Advent booklet, Reverend Michael Jameson said this, "Am I hoping for the best?" Which we do, right? Or am I sure my good is available? Do I have confidence in things I can't yet see? Do I have confidence in things I cannot yet see? And it's certainly okay to hope, to wish, to toss coins in a fountain. You can do that every fountain I go by. I'm like looking to make sure it's okay first. I'm not going to clog up the works. Now that's worry, right? Okay. But I do kind of make sure that there's not a sign there saying, please don't throw your money in here. I love throwing coins in. I love when I have my grandchildren with me and we see a fountain of some kind. And Grandma just digs in her purse or her pockets and quarters and pennies and everything. Grandma, can I do another one? Yes, absolutely. It's okay to carry a lucky token or wish on a star. Indeed, tossing that penny may make us mindful of what we are wanting in our lives. It can be a moment of mindfulness. If you just grab a penny and throw it in, or a quarter or whatever, it's not necessarily being mindful, but if you believe in wishes come true, you're going to think about what you're wishing for. Right now. Quickly wishing on a falling star, which some of you may want to correct and say it's not really a star, it's a meteoroid, is another example of thinking really quickly, because usually when you see one, it's like, whoop. If you go out during one of those meteoroid shows, you know, where they say, be out there at midnight, you're going to see them all, and people post on Facebook, I saw one, I think. Maybe it was a plane. You could wish on a plane. But if you're looking and all of a sudden there it is, you really have to work fast to get that wish in, don't you? But again, what's topmost on your mind when you do that? That wish that it's right there. Or maybe a wish will come up that you haven't thought of in a while. Or a desire for something may come up that you haven't necessarily been thinking about. I believe that from hope, faith may grow. From faith, that deep knowing can grow, resulting in more confident living and our awareness of our connection to the divine. So then I Googled wishes, because I thought, okay, there's the wishing well. Is that song? Don't say no, you're the wishing well. There's the stars, but there's other things. Now you may agree with this or not. In fact, when I was in ministerial school, I've told this story before, Jack Bomar, who's a very successful minister in New Thought, came into class that day. He was a student along with us and said, I heard something last night that if you go out in the full moon and wave a $100 bill at it, that all this money is going to come pouring into your life. And I believe every one of us in that class started jotting that down. And then we all laughed because we knew Jack was pulling a prank on us because, you know, if you believe that, yeah, money will pour in because it's opening your consciousness to it. But he could have said, I mean, if you wave a sardine at the full moon, you know, the fishes will multiply. But here's some other things to think about wishing about. Rainbows. How do you not wish on a rainbow? The article says, well, pretty easy, I just appreciate them. When you see one, close your eyes and wish. Then count to 10, keeping your eyes closed. If you can still see the rainbow when you open your eyes, your wish will be granted. Whoa, that's as good as waving $100 at the moon. Acorns. You know, they hold the seed of the oak. If an acorn should fall on your head, pick it up and wish on it. I knew we'd appreciate this. If it's a big wish, leave the acorn on your windowsill for 3 days. I don't know if you got to count the hours or set a timer on this, to facilitate your wish granting. For love wishes, whoa, sometimes we're wishing for love or a certain someone in our life, and maybe even know who that someone might be. For love wishes, send that acorn to the object of your desire. Whoa, right? Okay. Your special other finds an acorn in a little box on his or her or their doorstep. Okay. Yes, exactly. Run in the other direction quickly. Dandelions. Pick the dandelion and hold it in front of your face. Maybe you did this as a child. This has got a little more detail to it. Close your eyes and blow. If all the white stuff comes off in one breath, you get your wish. I'm glad no one told me that as a child, because I would pick dandelions and just blow them like crazy and probably take like 5 blows to get all those little seeds. And then absolutely, and there'd be like one seed left and you'd have to pick it off and throw it because you didn't want to lose your wish. And finally, feathers. Now I know some people feel like if they find a feather, it's a sign of an angel watching over them. It's also a wish opportunity. If you find a feather outside, not from a pillow or jacket stuffing, this said, how are you gonna know? Where'd you come from originally? A jacket? Stick it in the ground so it stands straight up. Walk a circle around it and make your wish. Hopefully, the person you sent the acorn to isn't going to be watching you. If the feather remains standing up, you get your wish. Wow, so really hard and make sure it's standing straight up and that no squirrel grabs it in the meantime. No, the squirrel would grab the acorn.
Make sure nobody's watching you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, faith. A wonderful season ahead of us, is it not? However you think of the holidays. And there's ways to appreciate them, even when they bring us some sadness sometimes, or some memories that we struggle with. My favorite part of the Christmas story has always been the shepherds. Maybe not always, but certainly now. I just love the idea of they were workers. They were workers out in the field. Their job was to watch those sheep. Their job was to be there. And they have this amazing experience. And one of the most famous lines in the Bible deals with faith. Because the angels say this. And they said it to Mary. And they said it to Elizabeth. Fear not. Fear not. Fear not. I bring you tidings of great joy. Maybe tell yourself that when you're feeling fear rather than faith. Fear not. Maybe picture an angel saying that to you. Luke 2. And in the same region there were shepherds out in the field keeping watch over their flock by night. And the angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of God shone round about them, and they were filled with great fear. And the angel said to them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this will be a sign to you. You will find a baby wrapped in swaddling cloths, and lying in a manger. And suddenly there was an angelic presence across the sky, saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace among those with whom he is pleased. Now, Unity way of looking at some of these things is a little different. That Jesus didn't come to save us, but the energy and the teachings of love certainly can save us. And glory to God on the highest is for all of us, not just for those with whom God is pleased or not, because we believe in an unconditionally loving God, which means love beyond conditions, in spite of conditions, despite conditions. And then the angels went away, and the shepherds said to one another, Let's go to Bethlehem, see what happened. Hey, Joe, let's go to Bethlehem. Joseph, see what happened. And they went with haste, and they found Mary and Joseph and the baby. And when they saw it, they made known the saying that had been told them concerning this child. And all who heard it wondered at what the shepherds told them. They spread the word right? Spread the word. Mary treasured all these things, pondering them in her heart. That's my other favorite passage from the Christmas story, because I think of this woman going through so much, Could have seemed like a very difficult journey if we look at it that way. She's pondering in her heart already, what have I birthed here? That would be what I would be thinking. What have I birthed here? That shepherds come and see the radiance of this baby, a child that changed the world from the moment it was born. And as I look at this story, I think this. The shepherds didn't sit around for weeks out there with the sheep, worrying about why they shouldn't be afraid. They didn't try to dissect that possibility that fear might not be serving them. They didn't sit around and start comparing stories of angels I have known, or angel stories I have heard, or what Uncle Harold said about the angels, or angels can be scary, or if they come to you at midnight, it's not a good sign. They didn't do that. They didn't transmute that good news into scary news. They didn't sit around and talk about what just happened, or whether they should go on to find this child or not. They didn't argue about who should watch the sheep. It's their responsibility. And maybe they did choose one or two that would need to stay there with the sheep. They didn't stay right where they were waiting for something else to happen. Wow, that was great. Maybe more angels will come if we sit here with the sheep. Maybe it's the sheep that are bringing the angels. Maybe we better not leave the sheep. Don't we do that with our stuff? Don't we do that with our good news? Don't we do that sometimes when we can move forward? We stay, for good reasons often. Yeah, this is great. I'm gonna bask in this. The Spirit's nudging us. Go forward. Do this next best thing. Take this next right step. They didn't feel inadequate or didn't moan that they didn't have the money or resources to make that trip right now. What did they do? They went and found the child, the miracle. To me, that aura, that awe of sacred light in whatever manger that child was in. So many different stories. Was it a manger? Was it behind the inn? Was it something else? Does it matter? A baby whose life would change the world in many ways for the better. So as you move through this holiday season, the Bible sometimes gets set aside a little too much for us in Unity. Because we don't like this or that, or God in the Old Testament was angry, it seemed all the time, putting armies against each other, but it all came through human consciousness. It's what I remind myself when I read it. I don't think a hand of God dropped down from the sky and wrote those passages. It came through human consciousness, most of it written at least 400 years after Jesus was born. But it's powerful because we look at it in Unity, analogies, archetypes. Who am I in this scene? I guess I consider myself the shepherd. Maybe because I don't want to be afraid when something powerful and meaningful is touching my life. And if it's not just being afraid, I don't want to back up, ponder it forever. Think about what I should do or not do. I want to step forward into the right path for wherever I am, whenever I am. Nona L. Brooks was one of the founders of Divine Science, which is it's under the New Thought umbrella. But she wrote this. I'm giving those dates because it's something we hear all the time at different times. The world as never before needs you and me. She said it back in the 40s or 30s. It needs our unwavering faith in good. And oh, this applies today, does it not? Unwavering faith in good. It needs our positive certainty of God in all of us, that Christedness we talk about in Unity. The world needs our steadfast love. We're not just talking about Mother Earth. We're talking about everything on it. It needs the power that comes to one who, through faith and love, attains what she calls the Christ consciousness. This is not a Christian thing. This is a light within us. It's worldwide, it's accessible to everybody, and it doesn't make one person better than the other, because we all have it in us already. That light, that divinity, that beauty of spirit within us. And she says this, she says this to wrap that up. Let us radiate this consciousness at this blessed season and throughout the year, and thus help to bring greater light to the world. I'll repeat that. Let us radiate this consciousness, that God stuff, that inner light, at this blessed season, which could be now, could be next month, in the new year, could be beyond. Now and throughout the year, and thus help to bring greater light to the world. So we have wishes, we have hope. Oh, hope this happens, hope that happens. I'd like this to happen. We have faith. Sometimes it's not faith in a specific thing happening, but it's faith that we are walking on a path of well-being. And when we know that and realize that and see it around us and see it in others, it strengthens us and it strengthens everyone around us. There's belief. Belief can be something we believe in, sort of scientific, but it can be belief in something powerful that is with us all the time and within us. And it can be a knowing that all is well, a knowing that, quote unquote, things are always working out for me. Let's say that with me. That's a powerful affirmation. Things are always working out for me. Say it again. Things are always working out for me. One more time. I need honesty. Things are always working out for me. That's that knowing. And it's powerful. And the most wonderful thing about all this is that when we allow this, when we remember this, when we demonstrate it, when we mirror it out to the world, it catches on. It's already in everyone else, but it helps ignite it. They look at you and they say, wow, she believes, he believes, they believe everything is always working out for them. Maybe I'll try to say that. Maybe I'll wish for that. Maybe I'll hope for that. Maybe I'll have faith in that. Maybe I will know that. Why? Because God is wonderful, amazing, always with us. You are wonderful and amazing. And so it is.
You have brought me through bitter moments when I knew I didn't have the strength to take another step. So I mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens.
Feel it going out.
And it returns.
See blessings on everyone in this circle, on our